I met Dominic when we were doing Tony and Tina's at Planet Hollywood. I got hired. I used to always get to the dressing room early. I get there and there's this dashing figure of a man in a salmon sport coat that anytime he wears it, he will tell you, I got it 20 years ago when I was in Italy. And he looks at me and he goes, and who are you? I said, I'm JP. He goes, oh, I heard about you. Everyone talks about you all the time. Okay, great. And we were talking and I said, this guy's beautiful. I want to take him home and I want him to live with me. I ended up leaving Planet Hollywood and I started back here at Bally's. And I hadn't seen him in probably 3 years. And he comes running up to me like I just saw him yesterday. And I said, okay, I do like this guy. Dominic used to say about me that I was the only person that he hated and loved equally. We didn't agree on a damn thing, except food. And he would always come up to me, he'd see me go, JP, come on, sit down. Let me tell you what I made last night. And for the next half hour, he would explain every detail of how he made that dish. And then I stopped for an hour and I had a couple glasses of wine because it has to sit, you know. And he would bring me in food all the time. And it was the greatest thing in the world because it was nothing I would ever make. Lamb chops, roasted chicken with rosemary and something else, and ginger and plum, and I rubbed the inside. We argued about politics. We argued about religion. And what I did was, and he never really knew, was I found out what his triggers were. And I used to break his balls every day. And Ryan would sit there and go, stop, stop. I go, nope, I can't, it's too easy. And he goes, I don't believe you. Don't know, Dominic, I hate them. Okay, I'm not going to say anything around him, Mr. Republican. That's what he would call me. But the best thing that Dominic and I used to fight about was his love for the Beatles and my absolute disgust for the Beatles. And he could not believe it. He said, I don't care if you believe in God. I don't care if you want to vote for Donald Trump. There is no way you don't like the Beatles. And I said, Dom, I can't stand them. He goes, I don't think we can be friends. And this is what's bothering me right now, is that all these Beatles songs are playing tonight. And all I'm thinking is I just want to run up to him and go, that's the shittiest music I've ever heard in my life. And then I want to kiss him on the cheek. And I want him to bring me a big takeout of sauce. Gravy, Dom. It's gravy. With a big piece of pepperoni right in it. I may have not known him as well as Ryan or anybody else, but we had a good thing, him and I. I love that bastard. And I know when I was cooking on Christmas, all I did was hear one thing, and I put it on my Facebook. All I could hear Dom saying as I'm cooking, these Americans don't know how to eat, baby.
Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Alex. The Tony and Tina's family. Play Dr. Barrington Wheeler. Many others. But I'm very glad to be given the chance to say a few words about what a great man, great admirable man, such as Dominic. And I've only been with the show for about 4.5 years, which is about 10% of the time, compared to each of the other cast members. But when I first started, Dominic was here. pretty sure you don't remember this, Diana, but my very first viewing of Tony and Tina's, well, it was back in 2011, and Cole, right when I just got hired, Cole, offered me, as well as my beautiful wife, then girlfriend, to come see the show, to study character work and the beats and, what's happening everywhere. And right after the show was done, of course, when I got the job, I was a young college student. I was just like, oh, yay, I got it. Right after the show, we were out outside the theater, and Dominic shows up. He was meeting Diana and another friend, and I was just like, oh, he was in the show, I said to Alana. And so I went right up to Dominic, and being the young collegial schmuck that I was just like, excuse me, sir, I just have to say, your character work was just amazing. And Dominic just looks at me like, okay. Well, thank you. And I say, yeah, I'm really looking forward to working with you in the show. And he's just like, oh, you're going to be working here, okay. He was so welcoming and so nice, and so it's just been nothing but fun ever since, Every single time when I come to the show, I always see him, just how great his presence was. He could just light up a room every single time. No matter how you were feeling, no matter how maybe negative or bad you might be feeling, what's been going on in your day, anytime you would see him, there would always just be a big smile right on his face. And that's about right, yeah. And another thing I just wanted to bring up, I have naturally dry skin. And so anytime which he would see my hands, he was just like, oh, Camille, what's wrong with your hands? And it was so caring. Like, he cared about it as much as my wife did. He would offer me suggestions for lotions, recommendations all the time. He's like, are you eating the right pasta? Are you eating the right sauce? And it was just completely endearing. And I know it's a natural thing for everybody, once they see something's wrong, they suggest, oh, you should try this lotion. But with Dominic, it was, so truthful. I guess he was very, caring, right with you. Really was. And I just want to read this little paragraph real quick. It's last words of Steve Jobs in particular. And the reason why I just want to share it is because as we were all, once I found out about Dominic, I just read this. And it just kind of, hit something in me. I just felt like this is, something that he always left behind. And I thought it very, very impactful, so I'd like to share it with you. But Steve Jobs' last words said, I reached the pinnacle of success in the business world. In others' eyes, my life is an epitome of success. However, aside from work, I have little joy in the end. Wealth is only a fact of life that I am accustomed to. At this moment, lying on the sickbed and recalling my whole life, I realize that all the recognition and wealth that I took so much pride in have paled to become meaningless in the face of impending death. In the darkness, I look at the green lights from the life-supporting machines and hear the humming mechanical sounds. I can feel the breath of God, of death, drawing closer. Now I know when we have accumulated sufficient wealth to last our lifetime, we should pursue other matters that are unrelated to wealth. Should be something that is more important, perhaps relationships, perhaps art, perhaps a dream for younger days. Non-stop pursuing of wealth will only turn a person into a twisted being, just like me. God gave us the senses to let us feel the love in everyone's heart, not the illusions brought about by wealth. The wealth I have won in my life I cannot bring with me. What I can bring is only the memories precipitated by love. That's the true riches which will follow you, accompany you, giving you strength and light to go on. Love can travel 1,000 miles. Life has no limits. Go where you want to go. Reach the height you want to reach. It is all in your heart and in your hands. What is the most expensive bed in the world? A sick bed. You can employ someone to drive the car for you, make money for you, but you cannot have someone to bear the sickness for you. Material things lost can be found. But there's one thing that can never be found when it is lost: life. When a person goes into the operating room, he will realize that there is one book that he has yet to finish reading, the book of healthy life. Whichever stage in life we are at right now, with time we will face the day when the curtain comes down. Treasure love for your family, love for your spouse, love for all your friends. Treat yourself well, and cherish others. I feel Dominic did just that. He cherished everybody while he was here on this earth, and he'll always have an imprint, I know, on my life, and especially everyone's life in this room. And so, thank you.
Put a candle in the window, but I feel I got to move. Though I'm gone, I'll be coming home soon. As long as I can see the light. Pack my bag and let's get moving, 'cause I'm about to tread the wine. Well, I'm gone, you don't have to worry, no, long as I can see the light. Yes, I've got that old traveling bone, 'cause this feeling won't leave me alone. But I won't be losing my way, no, no, long as I can see the light. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Put a candle in the window, 'cause I feel I've got to move. Go, I'll be coming home soon. As long as I can see the light. As long as I can see the light. As long as I can see the light. Long as I can see the light. Long as I can see